Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Spartan761 proudly brings to you your Canadian YouTube.com history champion of the world, me. Welcome to the second annual Fireside Chat, where the one and only Spartan761 yaps for between 5 and 10 minutes about an assortment of bullshit related to the state of the channel. It's officially been 4 years since my first upload, and I've had a great time, although this video is gonna be like 2 fucking weeks late or something like that, because I had a bunch of school stuff due all at once, and I was rushing to get Michael Collins done, but now we're here. Alright, anyways, I'll start with a standard progress statement. At the time this video comes out, I'm just shy of 50k subs, probably closer to 48k-ish at the time of recording, which I will reiterate is absolutely nuts. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but seriously, thank you all for the support. It still doesn't feel real to me, not exactly a niche internet micro-celebrity anymore, and this has definitely gone far beyond anything I ever expected. It also remains the most interesting thing I can say about myself. So yeah, thank you all so very much for 48,000-ish subs, and here's to fucking 48,000-ish more. That joke becomes less and less reasonable every time I tell it. Also, shout out to History of Everything and Animarchy for the hard plugs. I'm a huge fan, so getting shouted out by people who are legitimately inspiring to me is absolutely surreal. If you somehow ain't subbed to them, you absolutely should be. I'll leave links in the description. Moving on to productivity, I can definitely say that I have improved considerably. Notably, in my opinion at least, I think quality of research and writing has gone up pretty well and hasn't resulted in a loss of content, actually quite the opposite. This is shown by the raw numbers. Yes, I did do math for the first time in like 5 years, so Lord fucking knows I probably forgot to do something somewhere. But this is legitimately interesting to me. So for comparison purposes, in 2023 I uploaded 10 videos, and in 2024 I also uploaded 10 videos. In 2023, those 10 videos amounted to roughly 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 50 seconds of screen time. The time for 2024 was triple that, at around 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 10 seconds. Couple that with the aforementioned increase in research and writing quality, and I think I did a pretty good job at actually being more productive. I feel like I'm writing a fucking shareholder report or something. I know some people aren't necessarily fans of these super long-form videos, which is totally understandable, your time is valuable, but I personally think they allow me to make them more interesting and allow me to include more information in general. Whenever possible, I will try to keep them less than an hour or so, but the next main video is Trotsky. I'm gonna be real, it's gonna be pretty long. Prepare yourself. I guess running with the metaphor, what is there to focus on for the coming business year, or whatever the fuck you want to call it? As always, still productivity. I'm still dealing with school, and my procrastination is still horrendously awful. Not even just for YouTube, like it's legitimately harming my daily life. It's not even funny. Gonna try and get some sort of handle on it, although I have yet to be successful, so I guess we shall see. Other than that, definitely scripting efficiently. 90% of the time spent on a video is on the research and the scripts, and drafting, revising, etc. takes so unbelievably long, it's not even funny. As such, the main goal is just doing that faster, or making it more efficient in some way. And of course, obviously put more time into YouTube in general, because, easy segue, Patreon. I have a Patreon now. Now, admittedly, I am new to this whole thing, so bear with me. There is a non-zero chance things don't work properly, but I'll do my best. Already said, I had really no interest in taking sponsorships, and I am not monetized on YouTube because I am deathly afraid that they'll nuke my channel if I apply for it. So if you want to support the channel, now you have an option. I have 3 tiers so far, 4 beaver bucks, 8 beaver bucks, and 12 beaver bucks. Obviously these numbers are different depending on your region because Patreon's conversion rates are very strange, but that's whatever. For Tier 1, I am embracing my inner capitalist and locking democracy behind a paywall. Basically, you get voting on the occasional Patreon poll, and your name also in the credit screen on videos. For Tier 2 and above, I am experimenting slightly. Extra videos is unrealistic at this point, especially with school, so instead I had a really goofy idea under the influence of alcohol a couple weeks ago that I am calling the Spartan Journal of History, Politics, and Other Such Things. It's a working title. It's not a real journal, obviously, but essentially it'll just be 10 or 15 or so pages uploaded for Tier 2 and above patrons on a monthly basis that will be extra content that admittedly you have to read. It'll basically be a discussion of the video's development process, if applicable, a review of some of the source material, and an article or two that cover topics that I won't necessarily turn into a full video by virtue of having limited time in a year, but I still find them interesting enough to warrant discussion. I have no idea if this is going to work out at all, or if it will be as interesting as I think it will be. But I think it's a neat idea, so we're going to try it out anyway. First, we'll come out at some point in March, covering Michael Collins and some assorted stuff about Ireland. I'm thinking a mini biography of James Connolly, and maybe a little bit about the very strange relationship between the IRA and the Soviet Union in the years during and after the Russian Civil War. I'll make the first one available for everyone, just so you can kind of get a general idea of what you're getting, right? And then after that, it'll be there for the tier 2 and 3 patrons. And of course, for tier 3, I want to do that thing that History Matters does, so I'll give you a shout out at the end of videos. It's pretty simple, on top of getting everything from the first 2 tiers. Obviously, don't feel any obligation. YouTube content is still free, and that ain't gonna change, because at the end of the day, this is a hobby that I genuinely enjoy doing. But if you want to kick me a couple bucks, the option is now there for you. And, of course, let me know if there's anything you want to see or anything you think I should do differently. Like I said, this is very much a learning experience, so your input will be valuable. Alright, I'll finish with a quick roadmap for the rest of the year. Trotsky is next. Probably in April, I would guess. I still have a bunch of school stuff, and it's going to be very long. That said, not to spoil anything, but I have a really stupid shit post lined up for a certain funny day that's been an intrusive thought I've had since like September, so yeah, that's a thing. Afterwards, for May probably, or well, I guess depending on when in April Trotsky comes out, May, June, something like that. Mannerheim in Finland, which will probably bring us to Canada Day, which will be Maurice Duplessis, as I promised last year. And then depending on how long Mannerheim takes, the Czechoslovak Legion will either be before or after Duplessis, one of the two. Then we'll do Maria Spiridnova and a more in-depth exploration of the left SRs, maybe followed by another major Bolshevik. I'm thinking Big J Stalin because it would be funny, but I'm not quite sure yet. And then British carriers and Francisco Macias Nguema will be before the end of the year at some point, and I'll have a couple months in there that I haven't settled on yet, so we'll just see. I might start the Civil War wind down section that I have planned, which would be Alexander Kerensky, Alexander Kolchak, Anton Denikin, and finishing with Peter Wrangel. But that is forecasting into 2026 at that point, and I don't even want to think that far ahead right now. Obviously, all subject to change. I am notoriously dogshit at following plans, so we shall see. Anyways, that's about all I wanted to cover here. Once again, thank you all so very much for the support. Y'all are awesome. I wish you all health and happiness for this year, and that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.